Peace. Today I will be discussing how you can build a stronger communication with people through what? Effective communication and goal setting, right? These are things I mainly learned through my personal training program. However, this information goes far beyond that. You could develop these concepts and these understandings in your everyday life through work, through family, or even just simply in your self-development journey, right? It isn't just simply restricted to fitness, because a lot of this information is crucial and a lot of this information people should know. So let's dive into it. However, before I start, I just want to say again, man, y'all see him on here with the cast, right? If I'm not making no excuses, shit, y'all shouldn't be making no excuses either, man. I'm pushing out videos with my arm fucked up. Boom, we're gonna start off with the basics, first impressions, right? So with first impressions, right? Whether you're meeting someone new just for social reasons, whether you're in a job interview, whether you just out and about, right? People make first impressions based on how you carry yourself. So how you carry yourself definitely matters, okay? First impressions equals trust and communication. If you solidify a good first impression with somebody, and like I said, I learned this from my personal training stuff, but I'm pushing it global. I'm trying to tell you guys how you could use this stuff outside of just personal fitness and training, all right? So yes, it's centered upon that. I just want you guys to keep that in mind, right? So if you solidify a good first impression with the people you interact with, they're going to... So I just want to say this. People remember how you make them feel, not more so what you say, right? What you say plays a role. What you say plays a role in how you make them feel. However, the impact of your words is very important. And when you understand this, you can solidify a good first impression. You can solidify a good interview. You can solidify all these things when you just simply understand first impression. Then we're going to go into nonverbal cues, right? Eye contact, posture, and voice of tone. Making friendly eye contact, speaking with a confident yet calm tone. Because a lot of people speak with a confident tone, but you got to understand some people may disregard your confidence as arrogance, okay? So you have to know when to tune it down. You got to have the balance, right? You're not obligated to, scoop down on nobody's level to explain that my confidence is not arrogance. I'm just confident. I'm just that when I walk in a room. We don't got to explain that, but you should always keep this in mind. Also maintain an open body language. This is all good ways to inspire trust and communication. So making friendly eye contact, speaking with a confident yet calm tone, and have an open body posture are 3 key important ways to inspire trust and communication. Trust and connection through that first impression. So building strong connections happen in stages. Whether you with a client, trying to make a new friend, trying to build just a regular relationship, right? I'm gonna explain how it works in the stages of connection. RIPA, right? R stands for rapport. What is rapport? Rapport is basically this mutual understanding and trust. So I understand you and you understand me, right? So trust and first impressions, that's basically what the rapport stage is about. If we mutually understand each other and trust one another, how can our relationship go wrong? It can't possibly go wrong, right? Unless one of these other factors are not, unless one of these other factors are not checked off. All right, now we're going to dive into investigation. Dig deeper. All right, so in the investigation stage, you basically want to ask yourself how understanding someone else's life or understanding someone else's story can help you in your own needs and help you push forward in what you want, right? Basically, just being curious. So in the fitness, we could think about it as like, what is the fitness client's goals? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? In regular relationships, we could think about it as like, okay, what does this person like? What does this person doesn't like to do? What attracts this person to certain things? What does this person like to do in their free time? Little questions like that. P, planning. Short-term goals equal long-term success. So P is truly where the magic happens. Make sure you set short-term and long-term goals that align with your success. However, they have to be realistic. Have to be, is mandatory, okay? So for example, right, instead of saying I want to lose weight, say I walk 20 minutes a day, right? So that starts the momentum, that gets you going, okay? So you're not just talking about it. Because what I said before, intention doesn't equal action. So you could talk about something that doesn't mean you're going to do it, because you may intend to do something, but you may not actually do it, okay? A lot of people just talk, because we already know this, man. They wait till 2025. They wait till all this bullshit ass excuses, man. Just get off your ass, do what you need to do. Stop bullshitting yourself, because at the end of the day, the more you miss a rep, is the more you cheating yourself. The more you giving somebody else the opportunity to be stronger than you. So imagine if you box, if you play in any sports. You want the next man, the next female to be better than you because you being lazy and you cheating yourself? Hey, some people self-sabotages, man. So A stands for action. Just do it. So if you're starting something new, just take it, like I said before, momentum, right? Celebrating the little celebrations. The little celebrations count. The little goals count. You want to celebrate with basics, and you also want to track your progress and adjust as you go. So the more you're getting used to a workout, the more it's getting easier for you. You want to increase the difficulty of that workout. That way you're stressing your muscles out. The only way you grow and get stronger is by stressing your muscles. I'm going to say it again. The only way you grow and get stronger is by stressing your muscles. Through discomfort, we grow the most. Even with working out, if you're comfortable, there's no way you're going to grow. Your muscles, spiritually, mentally, physically, intellectually, all that. Okay? You have to go through the mandatory stress. Some things are worth stressing, others are not worth stressing. Right? The art of not giving a fuck. It states that it's not about you not giving a fuck. It's about you giving a fuck about the right things. What do you give a fuck about? Because everybody gives a fuck about something. It's just, are you giving a fuck about something that's not important? Are you giving a fuck about something that's very important? It's a difference. All right, so now we're going to talk about the art of communication, right? Can you guys see that? The art of communication. So I cannot stress this enough. Communication is very, very, very imperative in a relationship with somebody. We should all know this, right? That's the basics. Communication is very important, right? But how you communicate makes or breaks relationships, okay? So it's also about the verbals and nonverbals, because a good percentage of communication is nonverbal. So you have to understand your body language, your voice and tone, all those play into communication, how you communicate with an individual. So don't just simply think it's your words. That's not the case, right? So communication equals connection. When you develop a good communication with someone, you're developing a good connection. Okay, I can talk to this person about ABC, you know, whatever the case is. So when you build that good communication with somebody, that's when you get your foot in the door. You want to communicate effectively, right? Verbal, so a very, very, very important verbal communication skill that you should practice is voice. Your voice should be calm and confident. And make sure you speak clearly and with intention. Don't be saying stuff that you don't mean and you're not going to follow through with and actually do, all right? So don't be saying stuff, talking out your ass. You actually have to follow through with your words. You have to be impeccable with your words, okay? You have to be impeccable with your words. You have to follow through. You gotta have that strong voice. You gotta have that strong attention. That way, when people hear you, talk, they really know you talking. They're gonna really give you their ear, because they know you follow through with what you're saying. They know you're not just talking BS like a lot of people do out here. They know you're not just talking out your you actually gonna put action behind what you're saying. That means something to somebody. Nonverbals, eyes, hands, and posture. What I mean by nonverbals also is that slouching and even crossed arms can show feelings of disinterest, can show feelings of not being interested, of not showing that whoever is in front of you, your full attention, right? So it could come off as that, but you may not feel that way inside. But people don't notice because they look at body language. This is why I said body language is important. Body language is a good percentage of our communication. They're not really looking at what you're saying. They're looking at your facial expression and how you carrying your body with body posture. Are you standing like this? Are you standing like this? How are you standing? Are you biting your lip? These are body languages, okay? People often read others' body language. All right, now we're going to get into setting and achieving goals, right? SMART goals equals success. And I just also want to say that setting goals are important, whether you're looking forward to changing your finances, your relationships, or even just your mental state. All right, so you always want to set SMART goals. Don't just put regular goals. I'm pretty sure a good majority of you guys should be aware of what SMART goals are, but if you're not, it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Again, SMART goals is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So SMART goals are imperative to set because it's not just regular goals, but it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, and it's relevant and time-bound goals that you have, and you're setting, you're tuning it to be more accurate, okay? You're tuning it to put it to where you could more so follow this goal instead of just vaguely, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Motherfucker, when? How? When are you going to put the action? Oh, I just want to get rich. How? It don't work like that. Stop being fucking naive. Stop being fucking naive, man. Shit not gonna be handed to you, man. All right, you gotta take this shit, man. Avoid negative goals. So what exactly does that mean? So basically, don't focus on what you don't want. So basically, don't focus on the fact that you don't want to eat no more cheeseburgers. Focus on the fact that you want to add more vegetables to your meal. So you could still eat the cheeseburger, but just add a broccoli or two. Nah, fuck that. Just add a broccoli 5 or 6, motherfucker. But look, add a broccoli 5 or 6, right? Or you could some spinach, just add some greens. Don't really focus on what you want to subtract. Focus more so on the things you want to add on, then begin to subtract. Then we're going to talk about short and long-term goals. So basically, you want to break bigger goals into smaller, manageable ones. This keep you more focused and more on track. I also feel like that you're actually achieving progress because, like I said before, the mind loves to see progress. Humans love to see progress. So if you feel like you're not making no progress, then you're most likely not going to stick to the habit of wanting to work out, wanting to do this, eat healthy, good, because you feel like you're making no progress. You feel like, okay, if I'm not seeing no results, why the fuck would I change my diet? All right, so lastly, you want to collaborate, right? You want to collaborate with yourself or collaborate with others. What does that mean? You want to collaborate and basically have an accountability partner. Or if you can't have an accountability partner, hold yourself accountable every week. Choose a day to where you just go and sit down and be like, okay, this week did I follow through with my goals? Did I follow through the things that I set out to be? Did I follow through? So each week you should have a little a reminder, right? Each week you should have goals set for yourself. Okay, this week I want to make X amount of videos. This week I want to make X amount of money. This week I want to do X amount of meditation. And at the end of that week, say a Friday or something, or a Sunday, right? You come together with yourself or with peers, right? You ask yourself or you ask your peers, okay, do we actually reach any of these goals that we like to reach? Or do we actually touch any of these goals that we like to touch? Whatever the case is, right? You want to make sure you're holding yourself accountable because it's so easy to lose weight. It's so easy to get off track. All right, so basically, this is how you can build stronger connection with people through these four sections I have on the board based on first impressions, stages of connection, art of communication, setting and achieving goals. But I have one last I have one last concept that I want you guys to understand. So if y'all see me moving my camera a lot and if it's adjusting a lot and moving around a lot, that's because I have to keep adjusting it because I have a weak ass stand behind it. But eventually I'm gonna buy one of them little TikTok phone stands. Y'all gonna see me on this motherfucker start. You hear me? Rare game this motherfucker. Say no, Bernardo. Back to this, right? So boom, we're gonna start off with motivational interviewing. Man, listen, man. This is one of the most important concepts that I've learned. I feel as though one of many important concepts that I've learned on my journey to becoming a personal trainer, right? Motivational interviewing. Like I said, this is not strictly restricted to personal training. However, simply restricted to personal training. But you could use it in your everyday life. Now I'm explaining to you guys how. So motivational interviewing is basically about discovering someone's why, right? So it's not simply just about putting forth solutions or trying to fix problems, right? It's about discovering the why behind a person's thoughts and actions, right? It's basically about empowering them through discovering their own journey, right? This is why it says motivational interviewing. Let me see if I can see that. Motivational interviewing equals empowerment. Because it's empowering, you're empowering an individual when you allow them to discover their own path, their own why. Why should I be motivated to work out? Why should I do this and that? Why do I have these thoughts and actions, right? When someone understands their why, that's then allows them to become self-motivated. That then allows them to push themselves. So it's not necessarily about, okay, my personal trainer is pushing me. Okay, my personal trainer is pushing me to push myself. That's different because that effect is going to be there when the personal trainer is gone. All right. So when you just pushing the client depends on you. When you just pushing somebody to be great, they depend on you. But when you pushing somebody to be great according to their own values and you're showing them why they should be great according to what they say, this is why I say you have 2 ears and one mouth for a reason. You have to listen to people. And then, you know what Robert Greene said? A seductor or somebody that seduces people, they have great listening skills because all they do is just listen to what you're saying and then they implement what you're saying at the right time. Okay, she said she loved what? Red and pink roses. Okay, whenever she's feeling down and whenever it's an anniversary, that's what I'm going to give her. Okay, she loves cookies. okay, whenever it's our anniversary, whatever the case is, I want to buy her a little snack. I'm going to buy her a cookie, right? So understanding the why, when you listen, not to get too off track, but when you listen, it opens so many bridges, so many doors, right? So empowerment, motivational interviewing is empowerment. So I have 3 ways that you could better your motivational interviewing skills, right? So way number 1, ask open-ended questions. Asking open-ended questions is basically about not jumping to conclusions and not jumping to assumptions and allowing the other person to express themselves fully. All right, so for example, if you're having supportive issues with a person, say if this person is not supporting you enough to the extent you want them to, right? So don't sit here and say to them, oh, you're not supportive to me, because that's what, focus on the negative. What did I say earlier about the other little shit I had right here? Avoid negative goals, right? You always want to put forth positive. Don't focus on the cup being half empty, focus on it being half full. Your perspective is everything. When you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen. Now listen, instead of telling them you need to be more supportive, you need to ask them, okay, what does being more supportive mean to you? Or what does it look like to be a supportive person, right? Or, I mean, I guess in this scenario, it would be flipped. But I get what I'm saying, right? You know, if you feel as though somebody isn't being supportive enough, right? Don't say those type of things. Just ask them and basically try to get to the conclusion of them being supportive by asking them questions like, okay, did you ever have supportive people in your life? Or just basically kind of interview them, get to ask them open-ended questions in order to receive the answer that you're looking for, right? All right, so the open-ended questions part and not telling somebody what they need to change, it allows clarity and understanding instead of defensiveness. When you tell somebody they're doing something wrong, you make them feel like a dumbass. Then they're going to then become defensive. It's just psychology. This is why understanding psychology is important, because you got to understand this shit, man. You got to understand people. And most importantly, avoid the writing reflex. I said the whole principle about avoiding the writing reflex is basically about listening and not fixing. It may sound dumb, but let me explain. Say if somebody is venting to you about a tough situation, right? You shouldn't tell them, okay, you should do this, you should do that, because otherwise they're going to still think about themselves. They may consider your opinion. However, when you incorporate more of how they feel, such as asking questions such as, it sounds like that's been very stressful for you. What do you think may help? Or, you know, something along those lines, right? So basically trying to get them to a solution, but you're not actually providing a solution. You're asking them and trying to get to them to provide a solution for themselves. Then that's when you may use application of what they're saying, right? So if they give you a solution, okay, such and such may help. All right, you know, let's go to such and such a boom. But you have to avoid the writing reflex. You have to avoid telling people what to do. You have to show that you're listening and you're respecting their autonomy. You have to show that you're listening and you're respecting what they have to say and not just trying to provide a solution. First of all, a lot of people talk out their ass anyway, right? Now let's go to empowerment. Empowerment equals collaboration, not control. So say for instance, you know somebody that may be struggling with a decision. You don't just recommend your own path for your own way. No, you should ask them what feels right for them and how you can support them and what feels right for them. This not only builds trust, but it helps them take ownership of their own choices and actions. All right, so open-ended questions, avoid the writing reflex, and empower. The whole concept with motivation and interviewing, it's not just about your goals and what you're trying to achieve, but it's about how you go about your goals and how you want to achieve them. All right, so whether you're working with someone else or focusing on your own goals, these principles and these concepts that I provided in this video can help you not only transfer the way you connect and communicate, but also help you achieve your goals. Always remember to build trust, communicate effectively, set meaningful goals, and take action. Whether this is, like I said, finances, relationships, spiritually, whatever, right? Set meaningful goals and make sure you're following through. Let me know in the comments which of these strategies you may want to apply first. I say.